everybody. We are home. It is cold today. 34, I believe it was when I woke up. And I just want to share some thoughts on our trip yesterday down to Asheville, North Carolina. If you're hoping to see video pictures of the destruction, I don't have it. That's not why I did this. I did not go down to film people's tragedies. Their lives are anything less than normal anymore. And I was not about to exploit them, and neither was my husband. The reason we went was because we have friends and family member down in that area, and we felt so guilty just sitting here doing nothing in our warm home. And we have food, we have clothing, we have everything. And so we orchestrated in 1 week, actually less than 1 week, we orchestrated donations, got a trailer, we drove the truck and trailer down, we delivered the goods, and then we came back. In total, we drove 977 miles, and it took us 16 and a half hours driving, plus we had our stops. We left at 2:19 in the morning, and we got back home about 8:48, I believe it was. Wow. One, I have to tell you, I'm not a fan of the West Virginia Turnpike at all, especially in the dark and rain pulling a trailer. That was not fun. My husband was a trooper. He drove the whole time. Of course, he does not let me drive, especially pulling a trailer. He loves to drive. As we got closer to I-40, Interstate 40, instantly you saw the signs stating that 40 and 26 West were closed. Interstate 26 and I-40 were closed to Tennessee. And that was when it really hit. My husband and I became very quiet. About 40 miles out of Asheville, we started to see the destruction. Lots of trees down, lots of trees. The trees were at one point over the highway, and they literally just cut them and threw them to the side. We did pass the exit to Black Mountain and Chimney Rock. And once we got to Black Mountain, the public safety alert was going crazy on our phones, in our vehicle, stating it was closed, that the interstate was closed, essential workers only, essential cars only. And it really kind of shook you because it was so loud in the car. We saw from the highway, we saw towns that were just mud, still. How do you wash all that away? Debris piles like crazy along the rivers. Cars were in the debris piles. It was heartbreaking. We saw the railroad tracks where the mudslides took out the bottom of the ground below the track. Trains can't get in. There were a lot of cars. I've traveled to Asheville many times, but for some reason it seemed like there was way more traffic than normal. Could it have been volunteers? Yes. Numerous linemen and electrical trucks, military. We saw all that. It was heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking. We arrived to our destination, which was the Valley Forge Event Center, where our friend has put up a supply place. And we arrived there with our truckload and we unloaded. It was so good to see her. They were exhausted. They've been doing this for 2 weeks now, every day, no day off. When we got there, they were loading an SUV up for a family of 5 whose house flooded with sewage, and they lost everything. Fortunately, we had some donations of brand new pillows, and we were able to rip them out of the truck and give them to the volunteers, so that family had some pillows to lay their heads down on. They had found some temporary shelter for them. People are living in tents, campers, shelters. There are so many people that lost everything. There are still people in the mountains that they cannot get to. Don't be fooled. There are still people. There are still 1,000 people missing. Schools are not open. Their schools do not have water. They do have power, but they do not have water. Where's the normalcy for these kids? You know, I mean, what are these parents? I don't know. One thing that was shocking to me, and I'm sharing these things with you because if you can donate Samaritan's Purse, if you can donate, if you can orchestrate your own caravan to go down and help, if you can go down and help, they need it. They're exhausted. I did see today there was snow in the mountains. It's cold. So, a couple things I just want to mention. Needs that they have. They need heaters. They need warm blankets. They are fine on clothing. They need food. So I was talking with my friend, and she was explaining to me how hard it is for them to find eggs, milk, and meat. Ingles is the main supermarket in that area, and the distribution center for Ingles was flooded during this Hurricane Helene. So you have all the grocery store supplies that are depleted. You have all of the volunteers who have come that are shopping in these grocery stores. They need food. They need eggs, milk, meat. She said if you wanted some box things, probably, well, shoot, you get a hamburger helper, but there's no hamburger. It's awful. If I would have known that, I would have gone grocery shopping for her and taken her a cooler full of meat and eggs and milk. That's a need down there for just the citizens, whether they have their homes and power or they don't have anything at all. They need food, good, wholesome, protein food. It's getting cold. Like I said, they had snow. They need temporary housing. If you have a camper, and you can donate that camper, lend it to somebody, donate it to them, please get in contact with some of the churches down there and ask them for their needs. Churches are putting up shelters with washing machines and hot showers and cots to sleep on. It is bad, and it is going to take a long time to rebuild. That's the other thing. They need help rebuilding their town. and the surrounding towns. You know, it wasn't just Asheville that was hit. There's so many small towns around there and mountain homes that are damaged, gone. It's heartbreaking. And so, you know, we came back and it was very surreal. Sat down on our couch and realized that we were at the same place a week ago as we were last night, exhausted, when we came up with this idea to take donations. I'm not doing this at all for me or my husband. That's not it. There are people, there are citizens that need us, and we cannot forget them. They're going into winter. They're going into winter and they need help. So it's my plea to remember everything we have. You know, I got up this morning, my feet hit the ground and it was cold. But I was grateful. I have not turned my heat on yet. I won't. I'm using my wood burner. We have our wood burning insert, came out, started a fire. It's heated up the house perfectly. But I have this, and there's others that don't. Made my kids breakfast this morning. I have a refrigerator and a pantry full of food. Other people don't. You know, we really need to be grateful every single day for everything we have. You don't have to have the most beautiful home. I don't. I could use remodeling, but you know what? Other people could use a home. It's emotional. It is definitely emotional, and changes you. Changes how you view life. You hear the stories. There's so many YouTubers out there showing you all of the devastation. I'm just here to tell you they need you. They need us. And clothing, like I said, they're fine on. They need warm goods and they need food. Good, wholesome food. If there's a grocery store chain out there that we could get to go down and supplement with some of these items, if you know somebody down there, send them a butcher box. Something, anything would help. So thank you for listening today. Thank you for sharing this time with me. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm tired and grateful. Absolutely grateful. I know this was not the content that my channel normally is, but when there's a need, we go. And yeah, there's definitely a need. If you have it in your heart, if you can do it, go volunteer, do donations, whatever we can do. And Florida is still without power. It's a tough time right now for a lot of people. Wyoming is burning. Wow, it's tough. But yeah, hang tight. And we will be back. I've got some processing videos coming up. And then we'll do another budget grocery store haul. And I've got some kitchen hacks for you, how to save more money. And yeah, we're just going to keep going. So if you like this content, please subscribe. And that way you'll know, stay with us and know when our content comes out. We are so grateful for all of you. And I hope to see you again. Bye-bye.